Hello, I am Nikole and welcome back to the channel. Now we are jumping back in with an episode of Phase 1. This is where we obviously dig into the upcoming new artists that are really making a name for themselves in the industry. Now with the state of female hip hop and all of the drama that has ensued over the last few months, I'm really excited to be bringing someone fresh to the table. This episode is all centered on Doechii. She's a female rapper and visual artist hailing from Tampa, Florida. Since she has emerged, she is consistently proving that she is one to watch. So let's get into Phase 1 for Doechii. Now, honestly, I don't really remember how I was put up on Doechii, but if you have been on TikTok over the last 2 years, you absolutely could not have gotten away from her song Persuasive. Persuasive is such a bad bitch fun energy song, which is obviously gold for TikTok. But I do remember seeing her name a lot on Twitter when I would just randomly scroll. Started doing my digging as I do, and just found out what circle she was in, that she's affiliated with TDE. And this is probably around the time where I remember seeing like this super grainy video of somebody just performing really, really hard and really, really big in a warehouse. And it was like this truck where like the truck was the stage. It was very weird, but obviously very visually appealing. And I'm like, all right, now I gotta go into my digging. Who is this girl? Who is this girl, Doechii? Doechii grew up in Tampa, Florida, spending most of her time as an athlete and a dancer. She didn't start making music until 2015, when she started releasing EPs and singles on SoundCloud. Her EP, All the Places You'll Go, which was dropped in 2020, was one of the larger releases that she dropped on SoundCloud. It was even highlighted in an article by Rolling Stone. This EP featured the single Yucky Bucky Fruitcake, which happens to be the song that caught the eyes and ears of the team over at TDE. She spent the last 2 years in the TDE camp, working with their artists like Isaiah Rashad, and even being the opening act for SZA's tour. Earlier this year, she finally inked her deal with Capitol Records and, of course, Top Dog Entertainment, TDE. Now, for me, what really stands out about Doechii is her visual presentation, and that is across the board, from music videos to her content to performances to just how she styles herself. She's played up the Afrofuturism aesthetic, but has made it seem so like cool and relatable rather than weird and quirky. Um, and the thing is, I don't know why her personality really reminds me of Issa Rae. It's like very awkward black girl, but like the awkward black girl that you want to know, not stay away from. And lyrically, she's taken a slightly different approach to what is already out there on the market, especially mainstream. I feel like lyrically, she's very, very visual and very. She makes uplifting, feel good, love yourself music, but it's aggressive, and I like it. What I personally love about Doechii, as I've mentioned already before, is her visual presentation and how she's able to switch up her style and switch up her performance aesthetic no matter what stage she's on. If you guys are subscribed to my Patreon, we already got into Doechii's BET performance and how she really like commanded that stage and was, I believe, she came in top 2 for me as far as performances go for that night. And she literally did a wig change in the middle of her performance. Never seen that done before, except for drag queens. The energy and the attention to detail gives me that, and she just signed her deal. Now, obviously, she's more than likely got her 10,000 hours of practice, but just to have that dedication and you don't even have your debut album out yet, and to have a main stage performance from BET, that is a major, major look. And I feel like she handled it very well. And when it comes to her rap style, her cadence is everything. Her diction is everything. If I had to put a few people together to make Doechii, I would probably take the soulfulness of like Lauryn Hill, the animation of Nicki Minaj, the quirkiness and creativeness of Tierra Whack, but like the swag of SZA, which is honestly perfect for her to be at TDE. I feel like she fits right into their aesthetic. And even though I'm getting those notes and those tones, it still feels fresh. It still feels like I'm getting something completely new that I've never experienced before. And I think that's a tone to Doechii honing who she is, who she wants to be, and perfecting her craft over these last few years. I really cannot wait for Doechii's spot to blow up. She is the first female rapper signed to TDE, and I feel like that is the perfect place for her. TDE is very locked in when it comes to brand deals and getting sync deals and knowing how to put their artists in the spaces that work for them on whatever level that is. With Doechii being as skilled and creative as she is, I cannot wait to see just how she blossoms visually as the budget gets bigger when it comes to touring, what those things will look like. I feel like TDE has a high standard with how they present things visually. When we look at SZA's videos and her performances, in addition to obviously Kendrick's visuals and performances, and how he's able to clearly convey his message and it's not convoluted, or it doesn't seem to be broken down through so many barriers like other artists have to kind of confine their art. I'm really happy that Doechii is in that space and tied in with TDE in that way. I also feel like this is the perfect time for Doechii to be emerging. I honestly feel like we got into a space with female rap where it seemed like lyricism wasn't craved anymore. And I feel like with the plethora of female rappers and female artists that we have, it ironically in a way kind of creates room for everybody to do what they need to do. And everybody kind of being able to act on whatever skill level they have. For a while, lyrically advanced female rappers were kind of pigeonholed and put into the conscious box, or put into a box to where it seemed like people didn't want to put the budgets in to market them, or just labeling them as unmarketable and people didn't want to hear their music. When we look at, you know, the publicism that maybe Rhapsody and Sheikah and even Tierra Whack gets is not on the level of some of the other female rappers that are out there. And I don't see that pigeonhole falling for Doechii. I feel like she has a great balance as far as her aesthetic, her designs, how she wants to present herself, as well as her having that home of TDE and them being able to let her blossom in her creative expression. And as far as collaborations, obviously I want her to collaborate with SZA more. I feel like what they did together on the Persuasive remix was chef's kiss. SZA came in and added a lot of harmonies and things that were already, the song was already really layered and really like intriguing, but the additional verses and the additional backgrounds that SZA added was beautiful. But I would also like to see her collaborate with the likes of Missy Elliott, Kehlani, even Rihanna. Riri's coming back. We have the Super Bowl to get into. But yes. Yes, I would really love to see her collaborate with some other dope female R&B and hip hop artists. Just to kind of spread the wealth, spread the art, and being able to kind of pull on other people's creative presentation. Just seeing how she could kind of collab with other people visually would be very intriguing. So y'all, that is a wrap on phase 1 for Doechii. Let me know in the comments if you guys were familiar with Doechii's music. If not, please be sure to go and check out her music. There will be some links down below of some of my favorite tracks as well as favorite performances. And you guys already know what to do here on YouTube. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and share with a friend if you would like. Also, hit that notification bell so you never miss a drop, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.